Good day to all of you. My name is Cole from the Trader 10 community, and today I'm going to give you the weekend forecast for this week. In this weekend forecast, we will look at what happened during the week and we will try and predict what might happen in the weekend. So please sit back and relax and enjoy the show. This week we are going to look at Bitcoin, CHZ, Litecoin, Sol, SUSHI, VET and OMG. So let's dive straight in. Starting off with the one and only Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, what has Bitcoin been doing? It did this nice continuation play to the upside that we were looking at in the midweek forecast on Wednesday. And well, the bearish case scenario can still happen, maybe, depending how they close this 4 hour. But this one hammer candle that they did here surely shows some very nice bullish momentum. Now, what am I expecting for Bitcoin to happen on this weekend? Well, currently we are at this resistance right here, of course. We're testing the top side of the 4 hour, testing it, first touching it, and now maybe coming down. Now, there are always, as you know, two possibilities in these forecasts. We either go up or we either go down. And we try to look at both cases so you guys know when one case looks like that one is playing out, you know how to handle it, right? So let's start off with the bullish case scenario. The bullish case scenario, we touch this lower zone right here. We maybe come back down all the way to here to then go up, and then we try and trade above at 59,000, come back down, retest the previous all-time high, and then we will just moon it. How high we will moon it, I'll be honest guys, I don't know, but it's looking very good for Bitcoin at the moment. Mainly because we already went above these two highs. I'm really kind of bullish on Bitcoin. Now, of course, there can be signs of weakness coming up as well. So when we go to the 1 hour, well, what can actually, or what might actually happen wrong, or what might go wrong? Well, let's take my path and let's draw the thing that might go wrong. So when we go back down, we go back up, and then we actually start distributing until we break down, retest it, and then we might go down. So this will be one of the options when we are for us to actually move down. And where will I be looking at? Because this is way easier to say when it goes down where I will be looking at. I will still be looking at 54k. After 54k, I will be looking at 51s, 50.8, and after 50.8, I will be looking at 48ks. So those are the levels that I will be mainly looking at. I don't think we will just fall like a rock to 45ks. But yeah, you never know what might happen. The weekends are always very interesting in crypto, so I love these weekends. I'm always looking out for these nice setups that might happen on the weekend. So bullish case scenario, you already had your chance for your longs, so yeah, you can maybe try and look for some new long scalps. I'm just chilling in my long. For short scalps, look at the lower time frame, wait for stuff to get lost, and then we can look for some new long ads if possible. Next, we have this crazy coin, CHZ USDT. Well, this coin has been going bonkers. You never know what might happen to these coins. So what I wanted to show you guys is if it will come to the downside, where I actually might be interested in looking for some re-ads, because this thing has been flying. And you know, you don't want to really buy the top. When you look at stuff like this and it falls down, well, where will we be buying? So to respond to your questions, of course, I will be looking out for the top side right here, 27 cents, but it will really be hard to get there. I think it will be more likely to go down all the way to 38, depending how the altcoins will react if Bitcoin's going to the upside. If Bitcoin's going to the downside, then I'm looking for these levels for an underplay or some long ads. Now, we have to go down all the way to the 1 hour to see what we actually might do if we are going to the downside. And I think it's something like this. So if we were to go to the downside, I'm looking for a move like this. If we were going to go up from here, you want them to, of course, touch the previous all-time high, come back down, retest these moves right here, and then continue the staircasing. So that's my bullish case scenario. Now, of course, well, let's look a little bit further into this, because they can do way more than just this. They can also come back down here, and instead of breaking here, we can make a higher low so that you get something like this. Make a higher low and then actually try and break above it again. So these are the two things for CHZ USDT. It's very plain and very simple, but that's always with these coins that are making new all-time highs. If things go south, I'm looking at 0.38 cents or at 0. Let's say 30-ish cents for refills on my longs. That's it for CHZ. Let's go to the next. Next up, we have Litecoin. Our last prediction, we were actually looking for it to go down all the way. Well, maybe here. You see that we were expecting them to do a V bottom around here, but instead of breaking down, they actually went to the upside from here, which is possible as well. It's kind of something I just went over on CHZ on. So yeah, that's another possibility that could have played out, and it kind of played out. Now let's look at the higher time frames to see what might be another possibility for Litecoin. I'm actually going to remake this whole chart. There is stuff to the left here. I'm not going to utilize it in this video. I'm mainly going to look at the local zones. So what's very important for Litecoin is that we try and get above 210 bucks. If you can get above 210 bucks, ideally at 225, come back down to 210, then try to re-achieve the resistance right here to check if it became support, touch these levels again, and then moon it to the upside. That will be my bullish case for Litecoin. Now, a bearish case scenario is that we struggle with getting above 210, that we will actually do something like this. Come back down and then all the way back to 180. That's another option for Litecoin. So these will be the key levels that I will be looking out for. As I said before right here, 226 will be important as well. Once we've reached 240, of course, then you can start looking to the left and see what stuff we still need to re-achieve. After that, I will be looking for 260s. 260 looks pretty good in this screen, so yep. After the 237 local all-time highs, I'll be looking for 260s new local all-time highs. So that's it for Litecoin. Let's head over to the next one. Up next, we have Sol USDT, and boy oh boy, this one looks like a pretty clean one. I don't know from where I predicted. Somebody has to go back into the predictions, but yeah, looks pretty good, like a decent prediction. Going back down, holding the higher low, staircasing. Didn't really give the deep retracement, more like the bullish higher level hold retracements. And of course, now that we're also trying to get above this zone, they tried to get above it but couldn't really stay there, and because of that they started retracing again. Let me quickly remove the lines from the last forecast where Sol was in, and let's just remake them. So what am I looking out for right now? They already did the retracement that I wanted them to go to. So this looks like a very good one. Loads of confluence, did it to the dot. Maybe my orders would have been lower, and I would have been looking at a zone like this with the local confluence as well. So this could have been a whole zone. Now what you actually want them to do, of course, is you want them to start making these new highs again. Once they can start making these new highs, we can finally look at this precious all-time high and try to achieve it. So this is really something I'm looking forward to Sol to do. Now this can also become a rejection, and then we have to hold the 14.5. Right? If we don't hold the 14.5 in a bearish case scenario, we will actually come back up, probably retest the zone, and then break to the downside, and then I'm looking at 10s. Now this here, the red one, the red M, can also be a bullish case scenario if they do hold a higher low. So these will be the three scenarios that I'm looking out for Sol USDT. So let's head over to the next coin. Next, we have SUSHI USDT. This pair has been a very interesting one as well, and looks like it's making new all-time highs. So how can we play this? If it maybe goes down, first of all, looking at the daily, I will be looking at this level of support right here if we come back down, because it looks pretty good in my opinion. Now let's go down to the 4-hour and get some more details of this coin. First of all, yeah, the 17.3 level really looks decent. If they might come back down, I will be looking at this for some W play and maybe a re-add over there. I won't put my limits there though. Now if they come back down lower and we break this and we maybe hold the 16 level right there, then I'm looking for a retracement to 17.3 and then to 14.9, the level of the daily. So this is my shorting play. Now, of course, what can I do as well, because they just did a very beautiful hold right here of the 18.5 level, and it could just as well be that they go higher, come back down, retest this previous all-time high zone, and then just move to new all-time highs. How high will this thing go? I don't know. We can do a FIP extension. I'm not going to do it this time. I showed it last time, but I'm not a huge fan of those. I do my own FIP projections that we are taught on Twitch. So yeah. This is kind of it for Sushi. Let's head over to the next one. For our next coin, we have VET-USDT. And looks like the bullish case scenario kind of played out. They went higher as expected, but then later on came back into our zone and bounced off of it, and then made a very nice pump over there. So let me remove this and let's look a little bit into the future. Well, not into the future, but in the past, and see what actually happened. When this thing starts retracing, I will actually be really interested in both of these zones as a retracement. But as you can see, we aren't really retracing. We're making new all-time highs on this coin, which is kind of insane and kind of cool, of course. So they already tested this level, coming down right now, which I don't really like that much. This has been already tested, so I will be looking forward to just a deeper test all the way down here. Then we have to see if this thing has become resistance or not, maybe make a W pattern and then continue to the upside. What's also a possibility is that this support right here has now become resistance, and that we'll go down from there to here, touch this lower zone right there, and then come back down onto our other levels. So other than that, if one of these two cases doesn't play out, then we will probably be already making new all-time highs again, because this thing has been flying. So yeah, my levels for retrace buys will be at 0.055 and 0.0512. So I'm looking forward for these levels. If it's going up, it's going up. I'm not going to fight the trend. I'm just going to try and play with it. So that's it for VET. Let's head over to the next one. For our last coin, we have OMG USDT. This coin, I remember it. Oh, let's see what it's doing. So it hasn't really made new all-time highs, so it's kind of lagging behind the other ones. And what it's trying to do, it's actually trying to get above this 5.5 level right here. So what I want them to do in the bullish case scenario is touch 6.3, come back down, maybe all the way to here, but maybe a little bit in between here, whatever this local trend might actually create, go back up, test the top side of it, and then try to create these new highs. That would be my bullish case scenario. For the bearish case scenario, I think it might come down to 4.6, then go up, fail here again, come down, fail here again, and then go to the downside. And that seems like a pretty plausible bearish case scenario. Now the bullish case scenario will mainly be that we just create this pattern, this green one, after making this accumulation down here. So these are the three cases I will be looking out for OMG USDT. And that's kind of it for this weekend's forecast already. If you guys like what you've seen and you like the videos, please consider giving us a thumbs up or leaving a comment in the comment section. If you want your coin to be predicted or forecasted in the next week's forecast, please comment it down. Comment your coin down, and I will consider taking a look at it next week. If you like what you're seeing again, and you want to learn more about TA, please consider checking us out on Twitch TV. We are doing there some daily teaching sessions for you for free to teach TA. So thank you all for watching and enjoy your weekend. Scholar out.